Hello, welcome to the Opinionistics. I'm your host, John Maylone. In this episode, no co-host, because reasons, as always. Introducing from Virginia, Tom Palladino. Wait, that's not
Thank
right.
it's from Florida, but that's close enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so from Florida, Tom Palladino.
Thank you so much. Good day to you, sir.
Yes, you too. So, what is it you do for a living?
I'm a scalar light researcher. I work with scalar light instruments. This is in the vein of Nikola Tesla, instruments that control, if you will, the energy of the sun and the stars. Scalar energy research.
Interesting. And how long have you been working in this field for?
I've been at this now for a good 30 years, 40 years. It's been my passion throughout my life to work with this energy.
Alright then. And what is it about this energy that is much more effective and efficient and stands out from other energy sources?
You're right, it is. It's the primary energy of the universe. Now, what do I mean by that? The initial energy of the universe is scalar energy. Scalar energy, if you will, is the first energy from the sun and the stars. The initial energy from the sun and the stars. Now, you put that into perspective, this energy is able to, if you will, have dominion, control over nature. And that's what I've discovered with this energy. When I'm working with a scalar energy instrument, it allows me to control atoms, molecules. It's quite fascinating, this, if you will, the consummate control that this type of energy affords. So it is not electricity. It's a different type of energy that allows me to work with the intelligence of elements, the intelligence of atoms, the intelligence of compounds. So in a short order, it allows me to have mastery over the universe.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So how is it not many people knew about this sooner? It sounds wonderful, I just don't get that.
No, it is wonderful. It's the work of Nikola Tesla that I'm following. Okay? It's the energy of the cosmos. And it's so important that we understand that and that we follow up with the work of Nikola Tesla, what Tesla has done. So my point here is quite simple and to the point. Why aren't we using scalar energy? Well, I am. And I'm going to make it a point that I introduce this consummate energy, this, if you will, this energy that allows you to have control or dominion over nature. I'm going to introduce this to the world. And that's really the crux of our discussion today. A groundbreaking technique that I've developed, energy from the sun and the stars. Everyone should be able to access this energy in the future. This is my hope. This is my design to make it available to everybody in the world.
Yes, very good. So, how can people make this new form of energy of their own?
Yes. This energy is accessible to anyone. So what am I getting at? Scalar energy is a non-physical type of energy. I believe it's the identical energy of human thought, creativity. I believe this is the energy that drives our emotions. So my statement is human thought and human emotion have an energy behind them. The energy of human thought and human emotions is scalar energy. I work with an engineered instrument in order to control that energy, but people can control that energy with their thought or their emotions. So to be clear, this is the energy of consciousness. Again, it's not electricity. I have tapped into consciousness. It's very promising.
Fabulous. I like this. If you were given 500 acres of land, what would you use that land for?
How many acres?
500.
500. Well, that's a great question. I would start by considering it a community for scalar light research. I need resources to grow this and develop this type of community. So I envision in the future some type of college campus, some type of central location where we could meet and we could, if you will, advance the science. Sadly, it's not taught by academia. There's no university in the world that I know of that teaches scalar energy. So maybe I should have the first university that teaches scalar energy.
I could see that. I'd love to see something like this at some point.
That's a great question. I like that.
Yes, me too. Have you met anyone famous?
Um, I have. I've met some celebrities in the past. I have to say they were all congenial. They're very nice people.
Okay then. Is there any other famous people that you haven't met but you really want to meet them?
Um, I would like to meet any humanitarian or any social activist who wants to change the world. Now, you don't have to be famous. You'll catch my attention if you're a social activist or you are a humanitarian. That's what I'm looking for. Those are the type of people that I resonate with.
Ah, alright then. Fair enough, I respect that.
Yeah.
For the best, for the greater good.
Yeah, for the greater good. That's the point of my career.
Fabulous.
I've developed these instruments to benefit mankind. And I think that the best way to get it out there is to introduce it through a grassroots effort and per se through, first and foremost, the front line will be humanitarians, people who really want to change the world, people who want to make a meaningful impact in the world. Those are the people I want to work with.
Fantastic. How did you spend your last birthday?
With my wife and actually with my grandkids, which is wonderful.
Ah, very nice. If you could travel back in time, what decade would you want to live in?
I'd like to live during the time of Christ. I'd like to meet Jesus Christ.
Me too. That'll be great. What would be the first thing you would do if you won the lottery?
I would help my family and I would advance scalar energy.
Yes, I can see that. Who was the funniest person you've met?
There was a comedian, his name was Buddy Hackett. I only met him a few times, but he was hilarious. He was hilarious.
Alright then. If you could see one movie again for the first time, what would it be?
You know, I was really struck when I was a youngster. I saw Gone with the Wind, and it was very gripping. And it's still gripping.
Ah, of course. What has been the longest trip you have taken?
The longest trip I've ever taken would be a trip to Singapore, which is halfway around the world. I live in the United States. That's the longest trip I've ever taken, and well worth it.
Wow.
Singapore is a beautiful country.
Oh yes, it sure is. What's your favorite ice cream topping?
Topping, probably fudge.
Oh yes, delicious. Where is the most relaxing place you've been to?
Mm, uh, it's my home, or church. That's where I find relaxation.
Ah, okay. That's nice. Would you rather sleep on the wall or sleep on the ceiling?
I'd say probably sleep on the wall.
Okay. What's the best pair of shoes you own?
The best pair of shoes. I own a few dress shoes that are comfortable and stylish.
Okay. Are there any kind of shoes that you don't own but you would like to have those kind of shoes?
Not necessarily. And I'll tell you why. I'm tall, and my my shoe size is usually about a 14 or a 15. And what am I getting at? Well, it's hard to find shoes like that will fit. So whatever fits is what I'm comfortable with. When you take a size 15, it's hard to find the right shoe.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Would you rather not be able to open closed doors or not be able to close open doors?
State that question again.
Would you rather not be able to open closed doors or not be able to close open doors?
I'd rather not open a closed door. If there's anything behind it that's that's untoward, I'd rather not even get into that.
Okay, cool, cool. Do you ever travel often, like right now or in the past?
I've traveled a great deal in my life, and I enjoyed traveling because you learn so much. You learn when you travel and meet other groups and other cultures. That in and of itself will teach you.
Hmm, yes, I'd say the same. Are you more of an early bird or a night owl?
Early bird. I'm always up early. Always up early.
Yeah, I like being up early too. What was the scariest movie you've been to?
The scariest movie. I don't know because I don't watch many scary movies. Um, Recently, I watched Oppenheimer. Let me speak about Oppenheimer. And there's a message in that movie. And what's scary is this: what was deemed to be appropriate in the time of war is now by many deemed to be a rash decision, uh, an inconsiderate decision. And if you look at indiscriminate killing, such as nuclear war, you realize that great mistakes were made, and that is what is so telling about the movie Oppenheimer. That what we considered to be an answer wasn't the answer. It's not the answer. It's just going to only unfold and compound the situation. So that was a scary movie, even though it designed to be scary.
I actually can see that to some extent. What improved your life quality so much you wish you did it sooner?
I would say at a young age, I was able to concentrate and I was able to focus on a job or a task or some type of requirement. And perhaps I wish I would have learned that a little bit earlier in life, but early enough that I've made my life a meaningful life, that I've been able to focus and to have that intention, that purpose by focusing. So what have I learned? That you have to have a calling, you have to have structure, you have to be able to set your sights on a particular function, etc., on a job, or on a career, on a goal. And I learned that early enough that it's made an impression on me, and it's been well received, and it's helped me immeasurably.
Fabulous. If you're going to sail around the world, what's the name of your boat?
Uh, the Santa Maria.
Ah, gorgeous. What's the best way to travel?
Right now, I think one of the safest is by air, flying by air.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, it does.
Would you rather speak all languages or talk to animals?
I'd rather speak all languages. I spend most of my time communicating with people.
Yes. If you had a song for every time you entered the room, what song would that be?
A song for every time I entered the room. Oh, I probably would say it's just good to be alive. It's a pleasure to be alive.
Yes, I like it. What is your favorite holiday tradition?
My favorite holiday tradition is to spend time with family and friends. Family and friends mean so much to my wife and myself, and I think that's the key. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Who was the last person you talked to?
My wife, before I spoke to you,
Oh, okay, I can see that. Where do you see yourself 20 years from now?
20 years from now, I hope that the world will have caught on to what I'm doing. And 20 years from now, I think the world will benefit from this technology.
Yes, I'd love to see it.
Yes.
How much time do you spend on the internet?
When I'm researching during the day, I'll spend 4 or 5 hours on the internet sometimes.
Okay, I do spend a decent amount on the internet, but only for brain training purposes, if you know.
What do you do? What do you mean by that?
Well, there's this Green Owl app, and I'm learning like 12 different languages all at the same time. So yeah, it's it's quite
Good
a
for,
lot, but it's worth it for sure.
good for you. You're always thinking outside the box. You're trying to learn new skills.
Yes, exactly. What is your favorite thing to eat?
Probably fish. Probably fish.
Hmm, nice. If someone wrote a book about you, what do you think its title would be?
Probably Tom Palladino, humanitarian and scalar energy researcher. Those two go hand in hand with me. It's very
Yeah,
important.
yeah, okay, I can see that. What kind of music do you listen to?
All types of music. All types of music. I prefer either classical or just um, uh, maybe light pop or even Spanish guitar, but nothing hard.
Ah, Spanish guitar. I love like stuff. I like Mediterranean-esque classical music.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you rather never age physically or never age mentally?
Mental, be sharp.
Yeah, I agree. What could you give a 40-minute presentation on without any preparation?
Scalar light. I know it like the back of my hand.
I thought so. If your mind was an island, what would it look like?
It'd be it'd be a very welcoming island.
Okay, very good. What was the most interesting documentary or show you have ever watched?
I've seen many interesting documentaries. It's hard for me to single one out. I like documentaries because they teach. And some people just want entertainment. Well, why not be entertained and why not educate yourself simultaneously? I'd like to emphasize documentaries.
Sweet. If you had to bury a treasure chest, where would you hide it?
Treasure chest. Well, if I told you, it would no longer be an ideal hiding place. I'd have to select a piece of land that the treasure chest would be undisturbed. But I can't tell you. It won't be a secret anymore.
Okay, I understand. It's not an adventure. It's not a treasure adventure if you already know where the treasure is. You just need to follow a map and find it.
Exactly. You got to keep that quiet.
Yeah, exactly. What product would you stockpile if you found out they weren't going to sell it anymore?
Probably some engineered parts of a scalar energy instrument, such as vacuum tubes. I would stockpile vacuum tubes.
All right then. If you were chosen to colonize a new habitable planet, would you take it?
No, I want to stay here. No, I don't believe in that. We have a difficult enough time populating the Earth. I'll stay right here.
Yes. Enjoy what we have on this planet because
Yes.
we have everything we have.
I don't know why people want to populate another planet. You know how difficult that is?
Yeah.
If I had to move across town, that would be difficult. Some belongings across town. How can I move across the solar system? That's not easy.
Yeah, exactly. And also, it's going to take a lot of funding to get the rockets up and running and send people to different planets.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of
It's
money
not.
to.
Yeah, it's not tenable. Why don't we clean up this Earth and not worry about traveling halfway around the solar system? That doesn't make any sense to me. We don't have the means to. It's not practical.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the one thing you can't live without?
Oh, my wife. I got a great wife.
That's nice.
I got a great one.
Yeah. If you could. No, wait, I already asked you that. If you had to get rid of a holiday, which would you get rid of?
I would not. I keep them all. We need time off, and we should relish the fact that we have holidays. It's great to spend time
Yes.
with family. We need holidays.
Yes, you need a purpose to bring everyone together.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, sadly, we need greater unity. I don't want people live alone. I want to socialize mankind. I think too many people spend too much time watching television.
Indeed. What is a common misconception people have about you?
I would say some people perhaps think that I just concentrate so much on my research that that it's almost one dimensional. I'm not. I have many interests in life. Yes, research is fine, but I also believe very strongly in God, family, and country.
Indeed. What takes a lot of time to master, but it is definitely worth it?
My research, it's taken so much time. It's definitely worth it, but by golly, it's taken a lifetime.
Wow, it sure has been. What do you disagree with most frequently?
Uh, right now, I really disagree in the United States with the animosity that we have. It's just, there's just too much animosity out there. We need to work together as a country. Too much division in the United States.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Mhm.
There's always something that drives people apart, and if that keeps going, then we'll never get something or anything resolved.
No, we won't. When you fight, it really is the demise of society. It's the demise of the family, demise of society, demise of our educational system. It's the death knell for society. You have to stop fighting.
Yes, work together as one.
Yes.
Very good. What's the most interesting thing you've seen online this week or this month?
Uh, let's see. What what I think is really interesting is how so many people are making predictions about AI, and I don't know if they're they're relevant predictions or not. But it seems like the world is at the present moment, as we're recording this, that many people expect incredible changes, some good, some not so favorable from AI. So it's an unknown. It's still a wild card as far as I'm concerned. And I'll note that AI is not new. It's just becoming advanced, and it's something that we're learning how to perfect. So AI is an interesting topic. I don't think anybody has a clear picture where we're going, but like any technology, you have to have morality that matches up with the technology.
Yes, absolutely. Even when AI is becoming so advanced that it can do whatever we normally do for us,
Yes.
it will eventually means that if AI can do things much more quicker and more efficiently, where do we stand? What's our purpose on this planet?
Yeah.
And we could also start to become lazy because if we're relying on AI too much, yeah, it's bad enough or as it is because we're so reliant on technology to do well, most of a lot of things we do right now.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Um, we could see how there's even some industries that are already downsizing because robots and computers and programming is taking the place of human activity. Well, I don't know to what extent that's going to take place. Nonetheless, I would say that AI, if it's properly used, should benefit mankind. It's just like any technology. You have to have morality when you have this advanced technology. And I hope the world will practice morality as they bring forward AI.
Yes, absolutely. And that is all we have for this episode. It was great having you on, Tom, talking about circular energy and your years of research for it and many other things. It's been great.
Thank you, sir, for your time. Pleasure. I
You,
enjoyed myself.
you too. And until next time, stay opinionated.